young, hungry lion, James Toney.
Yes, he's young. Yes, he's strong. But I've beaten down so many young guys, and he thinks that because he's young and he has youth in his favor, that's all. You have to fight one because of that.
With his age comes experience that can never be taught outside of the ring. Eddie Futch, who trains Mike, feels that against Toney, Mike's age will be an asset.
And his age will be a factor in that. With that age came experience. And the experience that he's gained down through the years will stand in a good stead against Toney.
It was nearly a decade ago that he got his chance to fight Sean Mannion for the vacant WBA Junior Middleweight Championship. He captured the title and remained undefeated as a junior middleweight. The most significant of these wins was a devastating knockout of Donald Curry.
Remember the Donald Curry fight, which was electrified knockout, electrifying punch, that one-punch knockout. That was, I think, the most exciting fight for Mike McCallum.
After that Curry fight, Mike moved up to the middleweight division. He suffered his first and only loss in his career against Sunbu Kalambe. He came back strong and eventually captured the vacant WBA middleweight title. Mike had every intention of putting that title on the line tonight. But due to a monetary and WBA bylaw conflict, Mike was stripped of his belt.
I go all over the world to fight as a champion. Name 2 or 3 champions today who have done what I've done. Back against the wall in other people's hometown and fight. No. Mike McCallum did it. And despite all of that, they're still giving me a raw deal in terms of the title.
For McCallum, who's relished his victories and suffered through losses, one thing remains constant: daughter Michelle. They have a special relationship ever since her mother's death.
She loves her daddy a lot. She's crazy about me, and I'm crazy about her. And I tell her, don't be afraid to speak your mind. Talk to me. I'm your friend. I'm your father. I'm your everything.
Mike is a superstar in Michelle's eyes and hopes to claim that superstar status in the boxing world tonight.
I'll box when I have to box. I'll fight when I have to fight. And I'll punch when I have to punch. When I have to get down and get mean and dirty and punch, I will do that. The bottom line for Mike McCallum is winning.
I can't wait until December 13th to get here. I'm glad this fight's on Friday the 13th. That's my favorite holiday, like I said, get to hurt somebody.
Tonight, Mike McCallum faces James Toney, a young lion who looks to devour the old master. Toney is vicious in the ring, and his attitude was something that first attracted manager Jackie Callum.
There was something about him that set him apart from everybody else in the gym, and I think it was his attitude. He wanted it a little bit more than everybody else did.
Jackie gave James more than just the opportunity to box. She's developed an atmosphere for him that is comparable to that of a family.
James is more than just somebody that I work with. James is like family to me. James is my friend. He's become a major part of my life, and I like to think, hopefully, I am of his too.
While Jackie tries to make her champion a household name, she leaves the training in the hands of veteran Bill Miller.
Pops is great. Always calm. You know, he don't never get over-exaggerate or hype or anything. And he tells you like it is. You know, we do a lot of things together, just like me. We all do it as a big family. My corner people are big, like we like family. We do everything together. We joke, play, but when we get down to business, we're serious.
Serious was the only way to describe May 10th in Iowa. James Toney is getting his chance at the IBF middleweight title. None entered the ring as the champion and hometown favorite. Going into the 11th round behind on every scorecard, Toney proved he had the heart and the courage of a true champion.
I got him now. Lights out. Time to bring the curtains down.
The May 10th fight in Iowa was almost like an out-of-body experience for me. It was surrealistic. I was there, I was watching it, and yet I was above it all. I could picture myself just, 30 feet above the stadium looking down, and then when that knockout punch came, it was like a dream come true.
James Toney wins the title! Unbelievable! After winning the title and through all of the excitement, James was thinking of his true inspiration, a little girl who taught him the meaning of courage.
I can't forget my little sweetheart, Elizabeth. Here's that sign, sweetheart. I'm all right.
No matter how hard it gets in the gym, and no matter how strained our our tempers get. You think about Elizabeth with her big smile, and it makes everything else seem very trivial.
The newest member of the family, Kevin, joins Elizabeth as James's biggest fan. They visit him while he trains long and hard to gain the respect he feels he deserves.
In order to get respect, you have to fight the best fighters in the division, which I haven't fight anybody, in order to get that respect. And I think this is the fight that'll do it for me.
This fight should produce the dominant middleweight for the 90s, and I'm hoping it's going to be James Toney.
Well, one of his very special members of the fan club, Elizabeth Stillman, here tonight, waiting for James Toney to come out. She is representing the other half. Kevin is back in the Michigan area, but she's ready to root for James Toney. That's coming up, the main event. James lights out Toney, defending his IBF middleweight championship of the world against Mike the Bot.
Pulls him off to his own corner, because Tony's liable to start something right here in the middle of the ring while they got their warm-ups on.
No love lost between these two fine middleweights. Our tail of the tape, James Toney, a dozen years younger. Toney is 23. McCallum is 35. So McCallum, obviously a much more veteran fighter, even in height. And I know the weight concerned you a little bit. McCallum came in a bit light, Joe.
He did. He came in at 157 3/4. Of course, having the weigh-in the day before the fight allows you to replenish your nutrients and put your food back in your system, so it may not play a big part as if the weigh-in happened today.
In the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim. He weighs 157 3/4 pounds. Fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, he brings a professional record, 42 victories with only 1 defeat, 34 knockout victories. Ladies and gentlemen, a 2-time world champion looking for number 3, Mike the Body Snatcher McCallum. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with gold trim, weighing an even 159 pounds. From the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, his professional record, 28 victories without a defeat, 1 draw. 20 of those 28 victories are by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, the IBF middleweight champion of the world, James Lights Out Toney.
All right, you gentlemen were given your instructions at the weigh-in. You must obey my commands at all times and respect the bell at all times. Are there any questions? Touch him up. Put your hands out. We don't go unless we touch him. Touch him up, Jimmy.
James Toney a bit reluctant to touch gloves. We're joined by marvelous Marvin Hagler. He glares as well as you do in the ring.
Well, the scene reminds me of myself a little bit. But I like the look in both of their eyes. They're ready to go.
2 champions.
Oh, yeah, they're ready to go.
Here we go. Round 1 scheduled for 12, the championship fight. For the IBF championship belt, the Toney holds.
Well, you know, McCallum was 10 and he looked like an old pro. He wasn't really thinking that Toney has anything to make him scared, you know. And that's kind of a good look of confidence. Plus, I want to see behind them stripping McCallum whether or not he wants his title back to prove something to the organization.
Very good, very good.
But Toney's throwing very hard punches already.
Wrist jab, and there goes McCallum to Toney's body.
Oh, these guys are really laying the leather out in the first round.
Neither of them are holding back right at this stage. McCallum, of course, landed a accidental low blow, and they shook hands, which is a good sign right at the beginning, showing a lot of respect for each other.
Good sign.
Tony immediately shrugged it off. Steve Smoger asked if he was okay. He said, yeah.
But this fight's not over. He'll get it back some other kind of way. But the hand speed is tremendous, and by McCallum's weight down to 157, I know he's got the speed, but I wonder how much power he has.
Well, in answer to that question, because I asked him about it, he's got 11 fights as a middleweight and only 5 knockouts in those 11 fights, where 32 fights at junior middleweight, he had 29 knockouts. Big discrepancy between the two weights.
But I'm looking at Toney dropping his left hand a little bit, you know, like the old pros years ago. But he's got the right hand in the front of his face.
Right. He leaves that left hand down, but he's got that great shoulder rolling.
Got the shoulder rolling, exactly. Well, McCallum's going right to work, using the jab, using the body.
And McCallum, the more active jabber, as the CompuBox showed you.
But it
Toney came back with a right.
Sounds funny when you mention for the middleweight championship of the world, and I'm sitting here.
Right. Too late for a comeback, Marv?
No. I'm doing movies, man.
All right, that's it. Okay. Got it straight here and now.
Good exchange.
Ooh. They're throwing, they got great hand speed. Both fighters, great hand speed in the first round.
And Toney throwing more jabs than we expected.
But Toney looks to be very serious, and as you know, you get that superior complex when you become champion of the world. So he's not fear. He knows he's the champion, and now the thing is to give something to let the people know that he's a deserving champion.
Do you think the fact that the WBA took that belt away from McCallum can influence his ego at this point, his confidence?
Well, this is what makes this fight so interesting. This is what I feel.
Both guys compared to 29 for Toney.
Well, a lot of times, you know, if you have a great corner, you know, and you got a guy like Eddie Fletcher in there, he's gonna, like he's told him to move in closer with his jab. You know, and Eddie is a very good teacher. You know that, of course.
Both of these guys are really represented well by their corners. Bill Miller in the other corner, to me, was very instrumental in Toney winning that title from Michael Nunn.
Well, I think, you know, the first time that I seen Toney really look more aggressive, more confident in his punching power and also in his boxing. I think with Nunn, he didn't really do so much. He laid back a lot more.
Toney moving well, moving the body from side to side, dipping. Good right hand from Toney. Oh, McCallum comes back at him.
Well, that's McCallum's bread and butter punches, that right hand uppercut counter off of a right hand by his opponent, and he's really used it tonight.
This is one of
Toney lands another right.
This is one of the reasons why Toney is holding that right hand up there. Nice, good left hook by McCallum.
Hit Toney right in the eye and bothered him. Look at that right uppercut counter off of Toney's right hand. Just narrowly missed it, did McCallum.
Great punching, good techniques. Using the body, using the head. Nice uppercut there by
Toney, yeah. McCallum with the
great
big
move.
right.
Great move to spin around.
Brings a smile to Toney.
Well, he's in there with an old pro. McCallum's an old pro.
Yeah.
And I believe that McCallum knows that he's going to try to make this attack, so I think he's prepared for this.
Toney's landed some good, strong rights here in the second round.
He's a very dangerous guy. Good puncher.
I'll tell you, he landed a solid right hand. McCallum ate it up and is coming back strong. Wow.
Well, when you're champion, you know, like Toney, he's got to prove something here to the people, I think.
Toney starts smiling again at McCallum. More of a smirk. Toney has landed 3 crisp right hands in the second round.
To me, Toney kind of remind me a little bit of the Beast Mugabe when I fought Mugabe. Very strong, didn't know how to lose. And this is the type of attitude that I see that Toney has right now.
McCallum flashing the jab as the second round winds down.
Toney's catching real good. He's throwing those punches real well. I like the way he's fighting.
Oh, good double with the right.
Ruled the slip.
That was a beautiful double hook delivered by Toney, body and head. And I think that had a lot to do with McCallum going down.
Ruled no knockdown by Steve Smoger. Toney landing at the end of the round.
Okay, Jeff. Give us one.
Double that, yeah. Double up on something. Yeah. Hook on forward. Yeah.
Here we go on that replay here. Toney missing with that right hand, coming back with a double hook. And, of course, McCallum a little off balance, and Toney did help him down with that right hand around the neck there.
Yeah, it was the caught around the.
All right, here we go. The
right
sharp
elbow.
vision overhead replay. McCallum, Toney trying to counter that right hand, and McCallum countering him right back. It's really a real chess match here. Both these guys are so talented and know what they're doing that, I know, it's a dangerous fight for both of them at this point.
Well, I have to agree with you. It seems like that. It's very even. But now I think that Toney thinks that that was a knockdown, so he's going to come out, I think, in this round a little bit more aggressive.
All right.
This is round 3, 12-round championship fight. Some big punches thrown in that second round.
James Toney doing what Bill Miller asked him to do, and that's to pick up that jab. You notice the jab was hanging down by his side. He's got it up, and he's using it more a little bit this round.
Well, to me, Toney looked much better than when he fought Nunn. You know, he looked like he's improved, like almost overnight.
Well, you said it. That championship can make you a monster. Really.
Exactly.
He didn't look so great in those last 2 fights, guys.
Well, he's looking great in this one.
Yeah.
McCallum's trying to lay back, trying to suck him in to throw the right hand to set up his own left hook.
The right connected again for Toney. It's been effective tonight.
And I believe what McCallum has to do is box more. Toney looks the more stronger and got the more power.
You know, he's 24 years old. He really is a natural middleweight, where McCallum, it took him into his 30s before he really reached that 160-pound limit. Fought at 54 for many years.
Midway through the
nice shot.
The sneaky little,
nice right hand.
sneaky little
right
counter right hand. Went about 4 inches.
Oh. Nice uppercut by McCallum.
McCallum with the combination.
The main thing, too, is that McCallum don't get tired in there. That's the main factor here, because in that round, he's throwing a lot of punches. You notice neither one of these fighters are faking much.
Toney with the right and try to follow up with a combination again.
You know, Toney's trying to go for a home run.
Yeah, well, you talk about all the attributes they have, and Toney does have a great sneak right hand, but McCallum shows he's got one as well.
Exactly. He's coming back. He wants to let you know that he's in this fight.
You know, we've really yet to see the thing that Mike McCallum is most famous for, and that's his body attack. He's really
Toney landed another right hand.
Well, with these type of shots, you know both fighters got to be in tremendous shape, because they've taken some nice right hand shots.
One of the infrequent body shots right there by Toney.
Well, that was the one that I spoke about, that he would get it back.
Tremendous pace, really, for these two guys.
For both fighters.
Oh,
well, the people are actually getting their money worth, too.
Watch moving to your left.
Because you plan to lead off that right hand, okay? All right.
Follow me? All right, let's pick up this pace.
All right, Sam Dinellen, our guest judge at ringside tonight. How do you have it through 3, Sam?
I have McCallum winning the first 2. I gave Toney the third, although I feel kind of queasy about that one. I think it's status quo right now. If there is a surprise here, it's that Toney seems to be fighting better than he did early on against Nunn in the fight that he won.
Two different animals in there. Michael Nunn had a 6'2" southpaw in there, and that's all the difference in the world.
Well, you know, I think Nunn was a little careless, and, you know, Nunn's a very cocky type of a fighter. I think he just got careless in there. So now tonight we'll see if Toney's that real champion that he's supposed to be now.
Beginning of the 4th round. James Toney in the white, the IBF middleweight champ, against the wily veteran Mike McCallum, stripped of his WBA middleweight belt.
Well, as you know, in the middleweight division, they always had the power and also the speed. And plus, there's always a lot of excitement in the middleweight division. Nice right hand.
And Toney came back with a right of his own. Now they mix it up. You're right, Marvin. McCallum hit with the right, and Toney came back with his own.
But look at the excitement that they're bringing into the middleweight division. This is great.
It's really unfortunate McCallum's come into this division at 35 years old.
Well, he's got the experience.
Yeah.
But he's fighting a young, aggressive Toney here. In a tough fight like this, you hate to see if any guy lose, you know?
Would conventional wisdom give the younger man the advantage the longer it goes?
Well, I don't know, really. You know, if McCallum starts to lay back and start using his experience. But Toney is taking it right to him, catching him with nice right hands and showing him that he's the champion. But as you know, McCallum didn't lose the WBA title. They stripped him of it. So he probably still feels the same way that he's champion, too.
Well, you wonder about this pace for a 35-year-old over 12 rounds. But here he goes with the jab here in the 4th round. McCallum. Toney comes back with another right hand. That's been his bread and butter punch. Another one. And McCallum comes right back with a right of his own.
See, McCallum's so adept at really riding that right hand out and coming back with his own.
Yeah, and another good right.
Yep.
But what McCallum's doing is he's sliding back on it, so it's not catching him solid.
Right.
Oh, another right from Toney.
I mean, he can't.
And the right uppercut, another right hand from James Toney. And McCallum comes right back. And Toney with a right.
Acts as if he didn't get hit.
This is what,
that strong right hand from McCallum.
This is where the experience comes from.
Both of them landing bombs here in the 4th.
Excellent right hands.
Oh, another one from Toney. And another.
This is turning to be a great fight, huh? Great.
This is some round.
Oh. Well, this type of fight too, who's in better shape to take a better punch?
Well, that's the issue. The longer it goes. Both of them riding out this round. Oh, boy, that was special.
Can they do this every round like that? I mean,
I think it's going to be like this, too. Great pace.
I want you to step with the jab. Push off to the right foot and step with the jab. That's the only thing that's keeping us from reaching with that jab. You're getting under the line. I want you to push off to the right foot and step. Remember,
here goes the replay here. McCallum really working that jab. And Toney countering with the right hand. McCallum coming right back. This has really been the blueprint for this fight all night. One guy counter punching the other.
But see, you see how Toney is, how McCallum is slipping the punches. He's rolling with the punches. So
there we go. The sharp vision, the overhead replay here. You see that double jab. Right hand landed well on Toney's chin. Really stopped him in his tracks. And another short right hand. But here comes Toney back with his own counter right uppercut. Hit him in the chest. But those two right hands by McCallum were very sharp.
Well, at the moment for me, I feel the fight still looks very even.
I agree.
I have it with Toney with the edge.
Well, here we go. A total of 4 rounds. You've got 80 punches thrown by McCallum, 73 by Toney, 44% by Toney landed, 36 for McCallum. It's close.
Well, McCallum's using a nice jab, though. He's snapping the jab very well.
I just give the edge to Toney on the right-hand bombs. He's landing more of them.
Exactly. You can tell both of these guys are in tremendous shape to take this much punishment in the early going of this fight.
Oh, strong right hand from Toney. And McCallum just stands up and throws some jabs. trying to load up. Swung and missed on that one midway through the 5th. And McCallum with the combination.
Protected. Come out, hands up.
Action obviously is slowed from that dynamite 4th round.
Well, this is what I speak about now. McCallum is just going to lay back and try to use his experience against Toney.
Exchange of jabs.
Why do you think McCallum changed gears like this, Marvelous?
Well, he's trying to go with the experience right now. You know, to slow the pace down. He realized that this fight might have to go the distance.
Make Toney miss a little bit.
Oh, sure, make him miss. Take some of that energy out of him, you know. You know, you can't hit nothing you can't see, you know.
Well, he's been successful. Toney's really come short on a few of his bombs that he's thrown while McCallum's been moving like that right hand and left hook.
And this is exactly what McCallum's doing right now. Make him work, make him move. Make him miss, take some of that energy out of him. And that's the proper way to do it, to fight a guy like this with such a tremendous punch.
Toney swinging and missing again. May take something out of him. Another miss.
Well, you know, with Toney, even when he did none, he came in the 11th round before he knocked him out. So we have to wait and see.
Absolutely.
Here, and you look at Toney, he's sitting there cool as a cucumber right now in that corner. Of course, McCallum may need to catch that second win.
Started the 6th round, scheduled for 12, championship fight.
Well, I think Toney really wants to put the pressure on him to make him work now if he's breathing that hard. In Toney's corner, they were telling him that he was dropping his left hand. They told him to pick the left hand up a little higher.
That's the second time Bill Miller has urged him to do that. And when he is working that jab, he's being successful with it. But right now, McCallum's jab has landed 93 times to 60 times to Toney 60 times through 5.5 rounds.
But that's still a lot for Toney. Oh, another right hand from Toney.
But as you notice, McCallum is sliding back when he shoots the right hand, so it's not catching him solid. But to catch a fighter solid like that, he'd have to come forward. McCallum's using that jab very well.
Ooh. Toney catches him again.
Well, Toney looks for much pressure out of the both fighters at this moment.
Oh, good left hook.
Good left, yeah.
Oh, good right hand by Toney, and it did buckle McCallum there.
And another right from Toney, and Toney goes after him.
What a chin on McCallum. He got hit with 3 straight right hands.
Well, you can tell that's what conditioning pays off.
Wow. Well, he's finding a home for it this round. That right hand.
Oh, right to the body.
Good counter right hand off of McCallum's right hand. Toney just been hitting him all night with that counter right hand.
Well, McCallum has got to flicker that jab a little quicker now. He's starting to get lazy with it, and that's why Toney is starting to counter right over it. But what amazes me is how McCallum comes right back after taking a big punch like that.
You really said it, Marvelous, because that exhibits a great chin, because we know Toney can punch. Low blow there by McCallum.
Keep him up, Mikey.
Warned by Steve Smoger. It's the final seconds tick off in the 6th round, where Toney landed some more bombs.
Well, Mike was doing something smart right then. Moving the opposite way, away from the right hand.
And it's not really the natural way to move for an orthodox fighter.
See, but he's getting out of range of the right hand.
Mike, he's counting on every right hand you throw.
We got to apply more pressure. We're not applying enough pressure.
Okay, here we go. Here's that first right hand by Toney right off the temple. Here comes McCallum right back. He stands up to it well. Toney steps in and throws a couple meaningless punches there. But here we go again. Toney out of a crouch. McCallum, bingo. They trade right hands. Toney drops his head and avoids McCallum's, and McCallum takes his. Here we get the sharp vision overhead replay. It's a good angle. Bingo. Oh, man. McCallum with his left hand down and his chin up. And Toney even dug in a little body shot to the liver right there for extra good measure.
Well, you know, I think that
Jab and hook more.
I see a little blood coming from either the mouth or the nose of McCallum.
Right.
Drop the left hand.
Through 6 rounds, McCallum is the worst for wear between the two. Toney goes after him once again as we start round 7.
Looks like Toney's building some confidence here.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Can McCallum knock him out, Joe, do you think?
Oh, yeah. Either of these guys can knock either one of them.
It takes a second.
Right. Yeah. You can tell they're throwing with so much power. Either of these guys could really...
Nice right hand by Toney again. He's got a beautiful right hand.
Oh.
Nice.
That was sweet. That was a heck of a move.
Beautiful move. That's where the old experience comes in. I wonder if McCallum, why his breathing problem is because of being punched in the nose.
Oh, good combination from Toney.
Good right uppercut, left hook by Toney, but McCallum answered with his own left hook.
There seems to be a cut on McCallum's nose, probably.
McCallum staying active with the jab. There's another one.
This may boil down to a battle of wills here. Who's really willing to stick it out?
Well, McCallum's dropping that left hand down real low, and that's what he's vulnerable for, right hand.
Right.
You know, as the rounds go, most fighters do drop their hands.
Ooh, good exchanges.
Keep him up, Mikey. Keep him up.
Steve Smoger warning McCallum to keep the punches up.
McCallum's left hook straight a little bit low, and Toney gave him a signal that it was low, and Smoger warned him.
Coming out.
Well, the people are actually...
McCallum's still low. Oh, good right hand from Toney again. Followed up with a left.
Well, what Toney's doing now is he throws that right hand. He's expecting that right hand counter coming back from McCallum.
But McCallum's best punch is that left hook. If he shoots it right, it can be very good against Toney. Because every time he hit Toney, he caught Toney with the left hook.
McCallum's mouth wide open.
Absolutely. 40 seconds to go in the 7th.
That's how you get your jaw broke.
Right.
Both fighters are reaching down deep to try to end this fight quick as they can.
Oh. McCallum snuck in some real short, little subtle body shots there that seemed to hurt Toney, made him flinch a little bit in there. That's his forte, though.
I think, by the way, the picket going down to 157 is actually working for McCallum as far as his hand speed.
Oh. McCallum goes after Toney. Finish up the 7th. Well, first Toney puts his hands up, and then McCallum puts his hands up. So they're starting to go after each other.
McCallum really rallied at the end of that round.
Believe it.
Over that hook, jab and hook.
That now. Look here. Boxing is all over now. We got
all right, Sam Dinellen. How do you have it? This is a tough one to score.
I have McCallum winning by 1 point because of that last round. I also gave him the 5th round. I thought that was experience just showing out. It was a real dull, real slow, real breather kind of round. And McCallum said, hey, you know, this is one I can just steal away. And he did. He put it in his pocket. And who knows, if this thing stays like that, that round may come back to haunt James Toney at the end.
That exciting 4th round you gave to James Toney.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You see that little nick on the bridge of McCallum's nose.
Well, this fight is neck and neck. 40% each they've landed. through 7 rounds of their punches, total punches.
Here we go for round 8. James Toney, the IBF middleweight champ, and Mike McCallum. It's been a fun fight so far.
Of course, Eddie Futch calling out to McCallum to use that left hook more, as you pointed out earlier, Marvin.
Because Toney, now you see where he's got his right hand in the front of his face. If McCallum, every time that he would jab and hook off the jab, it's effective. Excuse me.
And Bill Miller, of course, in the opposite corner, asking Toney to give him a little bit more movement, box a little bit more.
I think Toney would have to put more pressure on McCallum.
So you don't necessarily agree with the instructions he got in the corner then, huh?
No, not to box. I think he's got to go after McCallum and put the pressure on him and throw punches.
McCallum again with the low punch.
And try to tire McCallum out, because that's where the experience is coming in, what he's doing. But you got to give both credit to both fighters. They've been taking tremendous punches.
Marvin, this is a 12-round fight tonight. How much different is that 12-round fight compared to the 15s? Because you fought those.
Oh, well, I prefer the 15s anyway, but these guys seem like they're in great shape for this 12th round, because they know. Oh,
another right hand from Toney.
Beautiful right hand from Toney. To take such punishment like that, they have to be in tremendous shape. I'm very impressed with both of these fighters.
Another right from Toney. Stronger right hands have come from James Toney throughout this fight.
Well, Toney's trying to counterpunch now off McCallum's jab.
Toney puts that shoulder up nice when he wants to block that right hand. He's not. Oh, comes out of there.
Good combination from James Toney. Not a lot of starch in McCallum's punches there.
He seems to be losing a little steam. You're right.
Well, Toney's kind of laying back now. He knows. I think he feels the tiredness.
Toney landed. McCallum with a small combination, but I don't think there's a lot on it. I think there's more on Toney's punches by a wide margin.
He's breathing kind of hard now.
It was a combination, 3 punches in the middle of that round, which I think told a big tale of this fight. 15 seconds to go in this 8th.
McCallum's trying to stay tight now with Toney, which is a smart move for him, because he's not getting caught with the right hand as much now.
And in turn is landing a few good body shots in there.
Sure. But there's nothing on him, but he's protected.
I think that was an important round for James Toney.
Wow. What a pace.
Too close. You want to go on with this belt?
All right.
Huh?
In the body.
You want to go on with this belt? All right, we'll go out there.
Show me.
The fight's too close. You keep it too close.
In body.
You hear me?
You can't handle the hook.
Keep it too close.
Double that hook.
What you're doing is trying to knock him down with one big punch.
Stay low.
Put them together. You're shooting the right hand, but
talking. Here we go. On the replay here, you got James Toney counter right hand right on the chin, but look at McCallum come back. It's amazing that he hasn't really wobbled or gone down from that. Here we go, another look. McCallum going downstairs and Toney popping out with his right hand through a left hook and another short right hand. Missing a little wildly there, but, you know, give both these guys credit. McCallum for taking it and Toney for coming up with those good, sharp, hard punches.
I think now that what McCallum's strategy would be is to stay closer to Toney now, because he realizes that if he stays close, he's not getting hit much with the right hand.
It worked for him at the end of the round.
Exactly.
9th round. And just in case you're wondering about the Star of David on Toney's shorts, that's for his manager, Jackie Callum.
See, McCallum should be moving the other way, the opposite way, away from Toney's right hand.
Mikey, keep him up, Mike.
Again, the warning from Smoger. Had you expected to see more body punching from McCallum tonight?
Well, I really did, but, you know, he's starting to go to that body the last round and this round, but he's kind of running out of time here going to the body. I think he should have gotten to the body a little bit earlier in this fight, but, you know, it's never too late, I guess, and he's laid in some nice shots this round.
My curiosity here is to see what McCallum has left in his punches. Flicking the jab.
That's the left hook that I was speaking about, that he's got to throw more of.
Oh, well, he made a nice slip off the side, McCallum, and really dug a good liver shot against Toney. But Toney keeps on coming. He seems to shrug everything McCallum throws at him, shrugs it right off.
Yeah, but McCallum now is moving right in the target of Toney's right hand.
Midway through the 9th round.
He should be moving the other way and start to shoot his own right hand. See, exactly.
Big McCallum right hand. Toney tries to come back. Oh, wildly.
Nice move.
Oh,
nice move.
McCallum landing in the 9th. Another body shot with the right from McCallum, and Toney comes back at it.
Oh, good counter right hand by Toney. But there's McCallum. Now you know why he's been champ since 1984.
Exactly. But McCallum has to worry about that he don't tire out.
Toney slips away from the corner.
I think Toney's using strategy now to let McCallum punch his way out. To take some energy out of him.
I'll tell you what, McCallum landed 1 or 2 devastating hooks to the body. That's got Toney keeping his elbows in right now.
Well, I think he's caught Toney's attention a little bit.
But when McCallum moved over towards the corner, he didn't seem to have anything left.
Well, this is where that experience, like you said, for him being champion for so long.
Plus, there's only 15, 20 seconds left in the round. He's really done a lot in this round, and he deserves to wear out a little bit towards the end of these type of rounds, where he's throwing that many hard shots.
Well, that's
and left from Toney.
He can't stay away. He can't stay on the outside, McCallum. He's got to stay closer to Toney.
And just when we were wondering about McCallum.
Everything short.
And so we go to the 10th round of a fairly even fight.
9 minutes left in the fight.
As you know, in Toney's corner, they told him that he was losing this fight, so I expect him to come out more aggressive this round.
Oh! And a bomb from Toney.
And that one wobbled McCallum.
And another right.
Oh!
Toney comes after him here in the 10th.
Oh, my.
Toney landing.
He moves away real well. That was a good defense by McCallum as to move back.
Toney looks a little spent from throwing those hard punches.
Well, he cannot understand why I didn't get this guy out of there with those barrages of punches.
And McCallum lands one of his own, a left. Maybe Toney trying to get McCallum to expend some energy here.
Yeah, he's got to take a little bit of a breather after that. He pushed hard for that combination he threw.
McCallum can't get too overconfident here.
Toney looking for that left hook that put Michael Nunn away in the 11th in Iowa.
Well, he's got the tools, you know. Both guys have really been loading up in this fight.
You know, when you figure how short a time Toney's been fighting, only 24 years old, he's got a book full of experience, it looks like, for such a young age.
Sure. I am very impressed.
You see a young haggler up there, Marvelous?
Of course not.
You can only give so much credit, I suppose.
No, but I believe both of them are tremendous champions.
Oh, left hand from Toney.
Oh, my God.
Well, I tell you what, both of these fighters will be scored tonight, and they both have earned their money.
Toney must be asking himself, what do I have to do to make this guy go down?
Yeah.
Nice hook. This is what I was speaking about.
Knocked his mouthpiece out. Toney knocked McCallum's mouthpiece out with that left hook, and there goes Smoger to pick it up. That was a dynamite left hook. Another one.
McCallum is dropping his hands a lot more.
All right, timeout.
The problem I see, too, is also the swelling under McCallum's eyes starting to come up.
Toney. Oh! Toney dipped one into the body. And the left. Toney trying it right here in the 10th.
McCallum has got to stay in tighter.
All right, I think we're going to go back in a few seconds to a couple replays here. What? I'd like to see that whole round over again.
This old man wants your belt. All right, well, show me. He wants it more than you want to keep it, James. Come on now. Wake up. You jumped on him and you cut off.
Here we go. Here's McCallum slipping, going to the body, but Toney countering right off of that left hook to the body. Here he comes, left hook, right hand, and that did wobble McCallum. Look at his legs shake. And Toney just missing with some punches that maybe could have put McCallum down on the mat there, but McCallum used his experience and slipped. Later in the round, both of them digging to the body. McCallum pulling straight up with his hands down, got caught with a good left hook. And here he comes back with his own punches. Wow. What great champions, great fighters.
Exciting round.
Oh, if only all fights could be like this. Here's the sharp overhead vision here, and that's the punch that knocked out the mouthpiece of McCallum. Wow.
So here's the 11th round. That's the round where Toney got none in Iowa. Less than 6 minutes to go in this championship. Toney jabbing, then the right hand.
Boy, Toney just looks like he's got all the confidence in the world come out in this round here. He's got 6 minutes left, 2 rounds. I think this could seal the fight for him if he wins these 2 rounds. Oh, vicious body punch inside.
Nice combination by both fighters.
And the left from Toney.
Toney does look the fresher out of the both.
Nice slip by Toney, rocking back, coming back with that uppercut. Just some real magnificent boxing here.
This is what McCallum has been doing all night.
We're coming close to the mark where Toney knocked out none in that 11th round here. I'm sure he'd like a repeat. But I don't think so. McCallum looks like this is going the distance, and it's going to a decision almost for sure.
McCallum continues to use that jab midway through the 11th. Toney goes after.
Very good move by McCallum in there, slipping both punches. Moving side to side. That's a mark of a smart fighter.
Ooh. Toney just looking to tee off, and McCallum really looking a little winded, tying him up on the inside right now.
Well, I think he knows the difference, that he has to go another round. He will have nothing more to end it too. But I think he'll be pleased just if he can just box and try to just add up the points.
Oh, he's doing it with that good jab he's using right now.
Toney more of the complete fighter than we saw last night, for sure.
Well, sometimes it takes a great fighter.
By Toney.
Excuse me, Mark. It takes a great fighter to bring out the best in a talent sometimes.
Exactly. Well, you know, with Toney, this fight here can do nothing but improve him, whichever happens.
Toney again looking for that knockout punch with 20 seconds remaining in the 11th round. Toney.
Wow.
Just 3 minutes to go for the championship.
I think McCallum's really got to go for broke here. I've given Toney the last 3-4 rounds here. Oh, good right uppercut by McCallum.
Toney had landed a left hook moments before.
Right. But he followed that uppercut he got hit with, Toney did, with a good left hook to the liver on McCallum. I said there's no quit in either one of these guys and no shortage of talent.
I think Toney would be more effective if he laid off the power and put this combination together.
Right. I think you're right. Rather than the wild swings and misses.
Exactly. Every time that he missed, it takes a little out of a fighter.
But I just felt that McCallum lacked the power as the fight went on, particularly from the 8th on. I just didn't think he had as much in his punches as Toney does.
You're right.
McCallum just can't get careless in there.
Well, providing this fight is as close as we think, neither of them can really get careless at this point, but both of them have got to really put out and try to win this round.
Oh, very good fight. They acknowledged here that this should be the fight of the year here in Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah. Good right hand by McCallum. Oh!
The left from Toney.
Oh!
And Toney goes after McCallum.
Oh! Oh!
The right hand from Toney. Another right into the ropes.
He's got McCallum hurt badly, and he's still got a minute 15
and
to
a
take
right uppercut from Toney. McCallum still standing.
Look at that.
Nothing in his punches, though, McCallum.
What determination to stay up and to fight back by McCallum.
McCallum to survive the punishment he's taken. Just remarkable by Mike McCallum.
What a man, let me tell you. And Toney's a little spent from throwing those punches.
Has to be.
Oh!
McCallum's mouth wide open. Toney looking for one more punch inside of 30 seconds. And the crowd starting to rise to its feet.
Oh, they've got to.
Seconds.
What a great fight.
They've seen a terrific 12-round middleweight championship fight tonight in Atlantic City.
You've seen the best in the business here tonight. This was a great show.
You like to see McCallum hang in there.
Oh! Another left from Toney. And another left hook. That's it. And he goes sound punching in the 12th round. What a finish from James.
In the ring at this time, a very special presentation will be made to the winner of this bout. The champion, the ultimate champion of the 80s, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, will present the winner with his own personalized cup, the heavyweight of the 80s to the the middleweight of the 90s. Here is the official scoring. Gary Merritt scores the bout, 116 to 112. He has it for James Toney. Tommy Kazmarek scores the bout, 115 to 113 for Mike McCallum. Robert Cox scores the bout, 114 to 114. It's a three-way split. Ladies and gentlemen, the bout is a draw. Let's hear it for both of these great fighters here tonight.
Well, Cambrell Marshall shaking his head up in the host position.
The title is retained by James Toney.
James Toney retains the IB.